going to open it up for your general comments, your observations about the game this afternoon.
First of all, I want to thank the kids for a great effort. They gave a great effort to build a lead like that and to work so hard, and then we just couldn't stop the onslaught with some timeouts. So we called a couple at 15 and 9, and we just couldn't make the adjustment. They went small, and then we just didn't make the adjustments on a few threes, and then close out a lot of threes and stop penetration. And then we didn't made a lot of turnovers on the press, which we shouldn't do because of the fact that we have two bigs that should be able to catch, and then we should be able to break the pressure a lot easier, and we just didn't do that today. All credit goes to Canyon.
Questions?
Chris, talked about your team not holding leads during the league.
Yes.
Do you think that problem has been solved, or did you feel something like that?
We were trying to solve it as we were going on this run, but we just hadn't seemed to be able to get it solved. We had some problems with Windward with that. We had a Christian Brothers loan, from earlier games, and then we almost did it with Maricosta. It's just one of those things that we have to just be able to play better and smarter down the stretch, and then just keep the right personnel and everything in.
Was there any basket that
And 14 came on and played great. We didn't adjust. We had told our kids before that they all could shoot and to drive them off threes. We just overhelped, and then we didn't drive them off the three. Our kids played as hard as they possibly could. A lot of this had to go had to go on my lap too, so that we lost. So, we're a team, and it was just, some things that happened with all over the place where we could have probably put some other people in just for a minute or two here or there.
What were you guys doing right to get that big lead in the first place?
I think we were just playing hard, getting stops. They weren't really hitting shots when the game started. We was getting rebounds, getting out and running. We were just playing our game, and then it just all fell apart in the second half.
What were you thinking? A lot of you guys seem to be looking more at the scoreboard than the coach as the lead kept continuing to go. What were you thinking as a rep?
I don't really know. We're just trying to gather ourselves and try to stop the run, but nothing seemed to be working.
Anything else, gentlemen? All right, thank you, guys.
They kind of was it that they kind of made some defensive adjustments on you that kind of pressure you?
Well, they've been known to keep that pressure on all the year, and that's what we prepare for. And we just, when I'm looking at the turnover numbers, and we had 28 turnovers. And you look at 28 turnovers, missed 16 free throws. You're not going to win a ball game like that, with those kind of numbers. We've been real fortunate to get to this point on some strange numbers, with low free throw numbers. But we have to execute and take care of the ball. And, just making sure, a lot of the stuff that has been happening all year just came to the head. So you got to put it in my lap again right here.
Coach Brown, if I told you you shot 64%, you were going to shoot 64% in the first half, 75% in the second half, you would still lose the game.
Yeah. It was the turnovers too. We just couldn't protect those balls on the ball. We gave them too many other possessions also. So it was just not having, like I was saying, it relies on my full responsibility here. You had to told me that, and then you're supposed to win that game.
You were up by 29 points.
Yeah. because most of those 28 turnovers came in like a 3 minute stretch. Maybe about 15 of them or so like that if we go back and really look at the tape.
Coach, can I get your take on Nick Anderson?
Nick is a very good player. You know, he really started to take, you know, some control towards the end of the game, you know, especially as the game went on. I thought we did a good job on him early on, but as the game, you just kind of did like, you know, like it was told, you just kind of just bided time, and then he did a really good job of penetrating and making big shots.
And my other question is, were you aware that he had 4 fouls?
I did.
You didn't attack him.
Right.
He had 4 fouls going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I was aware that he had 4, and we were trying to attack, but we just didn't get it done. We just didn't get it done.
Anything else, guys? All right, thank you, gentlemen. Go ahead. You took all that stuff. Who was that?
I think it's 22. I put the rest right behind you. They're right behind you by the gate.
Right behind you?
Yeah. Find it? Huh?
Anybody need a final book?
Away from this This way or the other way? The other way. That way, so he's away from it. Sit where you see your games. How that feels? Feels great. Oh my god. Feels like I'm dreaming right now. Dream about that, right? Yes. Okay, Nick, we're going to start off your general comments, your observations about the game this afternoon.
I got nothing great to say. I mean, I don't even know. I'm just so proud of my guys, and I love my kids, and down 30, and we just felt like, we missed a lot of shots that we thought we could have made early, and we just felt if we just kept playing, man, if we could just keep playing, we knew we could get in the game. We felt like if we could just get the score close enough where they would feel it a little bit, that we might be able to put the pressure on them, and we've seen them give up big leads at times in the playoffs, so we felt like we were okay. I don't want to tell you we felt good down 30, but we felt like we had enough time, and I talked to them, man. They this is what kids dream about, game like that, and they left it all out there, and they deserve all the accolades. So my kids just played hard enough to win that game. There's no X's and O's, really, man. It was just get them after it, and they did it. So.
Hey, because of the way you play, though, do you have a feeling that you're never out of a game?
No, we do, and not only do we feel like we're never out of a game because we can put points up so quickly and because our defense is such a weapon, but it's just the way we want to be. We want to play fearless. We want to play with courage. We want to play hard all the time. I mean, people, whatever they say about Canyon, they're going to say those kids play really hard, and they're fearless, and they'll play anybody, and whoever's in front of you, it doesn't matter what it is. So it doesn't matter, down 50, down 100, up 100, we're going to play the same way, and we're going to be in your chest, and we're going to take it to you, and when you do that, more times than not, you're going to end up in the right side of things, so that's our philosophy.
So Nick, the score was 61-33, and then going in the fourth quarter it was 69-47. So what's going through your mind as an athlete when you're so far down in the championship game?
Again, what Coach said, we feel like I felt like we were never out of the game. If we played hard, got stops, and made some shots, we can get back into this game, and that's exactly what happened. We got stops. We were able to knock down shots. Trios hit some big threes. Everyone contributed really well, and it was a great team win, really.
How big was that kid, man? I mean, he's on nobody's board this year, but he'll be on everybody's board next year, man. What a great effort by him.
Do you guys agree with that?
Not even a four. I mean, yeah, no, there's no way. There's no way. I mean, and we've talked about it all year. Everybody's got to be ready to step up. Everybody plays an important role on this team. Everybody's got to be ready to play, and we have ultimate confidence on anybody we put on the floor. We expect them to do that. But I mean, hats off to that kid, man. He kept us in the game offensively when we couldn't get anything going. So, there's no doubt. And you could say that about him. Avery Jones takes two big charges and plays incredible defense. We don't win without that. We don't win without Caleb Phillips doing the defensive job he did. So I mean, Trias, he did the He did the one that looks the part that looks good, the 3-pointers and all that. But there were a lot of contributions off the bench, throughout that game that were just phenomenal. Chandler hit some big threes coming in. Jake and Materio hits a big three in the corner in that last overtime. I mean, just all our kids play confident, man. That's how we play.
You ever won giving up 90 points?
Probably not. I mean, we talked about when it was 40. We got 41 points at half, and we felt like, I told the kids we're not going to win this game if they go into the 80s. We're going to have to play better defense. So, I thought at halftime we could win, but I didn't expect to win going into the 90s or 100 against this team. So, I don't know.
This question for any of the players. Did you guys ever feel like you figured human nature causes you to relax when you're up 28 at times, but did you feel you guys at any point were down just a little too much? Like, man, if we were just down 12, we'd win this.
I'm sure a lot of people were feeling that way, but a lot of players on our team reassuring us like we're not out of this. We've watched film on them; they've given up some big leads before, so we knew if we just played right, we could get back into the game. And that's exactly what happened.
And there was one key moment, I don't know, where we got really sloppy. I don't know, we were down humongous, and then we gave up an offensive rebound the other way, and it just looked like we were about ready to go away. It just looked like we were done, and we took a timeout. And it's just, it doesn't matter what happens with the score. We just need to play hard, and then, the rest just comes from there.
Okay, this question's for Chandler. Chandler, you got poked in the eye early in the first quarter. It didn't seem like you knew where you were at times. You hit a 3-pointer and you got through the game. First of all, how's your eye doing? And secondly,
I mean, it was definitely incidental. What happened? I think we were just taking the ball on a defensive out of bounds play, and guy walked by and scratched me, and my left eye went completely blurry, and I could still feel it. I got scratched pretty bad up there, but I mean, coming off of an out of bounds play the other way, I mean, I'm pretty sure my left eye was closed when I shot that three. So I mean, my teammates have confidence in me, and I have confidence in myself. So it was a good shot, and I mean, I'm happy it went in, but I mean, the eye's okay. There's a little blood spot in it, but I mean, when you have players around you that make plays and make passes the way they do, it makes you feel better and have better confidence in yourself to take the shots that you do. So.
Justin, you came in here and you were shocked. I mean, how do you explain this? 28 points now, going back to that times. How do you put this in order?
Man, I don't know. It's crazy. It's not even processing right now to me. It's just I'm still in shock. Speechless.
What's
yeah. Coach always had the confidence in me. He'd always say a feet down, shot up, shoot if you're open, and I just played with that.
Yeah, he's one of the best shooters in practice. He doesn't miss in practice. We're getting up shots. We get up hundreds of shots every practice, and you rarely see him miss, and it was just his time to shine tonight.
Nick, there are a lot of plays in that game. What's the one play that stands out to you right now?
The charge Avery Jones had. Big charge, we're up by 1. He comes in, man goes by me, and he comes in and takes a charge. Basket went in, but call a charge, no basket. Honestly, if he wouldn't have taken that charge, we probably would have lost right there. And from there on, we knew that we could win this game, and that's exactly what happened.
You hear a lot of kids say, "I'll do anything to win." What will you do to win this game? I'll do anything, coach. I'll do anything, coach. But it doesn't mean anything, right? But our kids really will do anything to win a game. I mean, you can see that. They'll stand in front of, 250-pound kid coming down the lane and take a charge. They really mean it when they say they'll do anything to win. Now, we don't always come out on that side of it, but our kids are fearless. They're just fearless, man, and they play with courage and they play the right way, and really, really proud of these guys. I think so. I mean, all 3 championships feel really good. I'm not going to lie. I mean, they all felt great. Winning going away is kind of nice because your chest doesn't hurt so bad at the end of the game. But this one was good, right? I mean, I'm in shock. I probably got to watch it again. I mean, this has got to be one of the greatest games in CIF history. I would imagine. I can't imagine another game that's like this, where you come back from 30 and you dream about it, right? You see these things on TV and you dream about being there when you're a kid, and all these guys have that now. This game will be the game that they talk about to their grandkids. So it's pretty awesome to be a part of it.
So are you gonna watch this again? Are you gonna look at the stats? I mean, at what point are you gonna take a moment to try to figure out how this happens?
Wow, that's gonna take. It's just unreal. This kind of thing doesn't happen. It rarely happens. Down 30, come back in a CIF championship game to win the game in double overtime. I'm sure everyone's in shock who was playing in that game, who was watching it. They couldn't believe it, I'm sure. But once we watch that, it's just going to be surreal, because we did that. We came back, we never quit, and we came back and we won that game. That's just huge. It's amazing.
There were some moments there where some of you guys were looking at each other, actually laughing, as you guys were coming back. And this game was still real close. What was happening there? Was it just kind of the belief was building?
We feel like all of us were in the game where we were coming back, and we're just getting hyped. And if a smile cracked on our face, it's just because we know we have a chance to win the game. There was hope, and that's exactly what happened. We had hope, and by the end of the game, once the smiles all really went on, was after that horn, and it's just celebration from there.
I mean, the other thing too, I want to make a point of mentioning, whether hopefully you see fit to write it or not, but our student section, which the Register credited as being the best student section in the county, they never gave up on us. They were there behind us. It was loud in that arena, man. I mean, that's a big building. For it to be as loud as it was, I know our players got a lot of energy off that crowd, and a great win for our school, great win for those kids. I mean, So we want to make sure that we give credit to those kids as well. We've always felt like they're a part of our team as well. So, make sure that we want to give some credit there. Those kids never let us quit either. So.
Yep.
I don't know how they felt, but like when we got to when it was like we were at 20. What was the score going into the fourth quarter? We're down 23, something like that, 23, 22. We're like, look, if we could just get to about 15. And we were thinking with like 3 or 4 minutes to go, we'd have a shot at it. And it went quick, man. We were down like 15 points with a minute. We cut it in like a minute. And then at that point, we're going, okay, we really have a chance. And then it just kept, and then it just kept inching away at that point. But it was quick, man. That first minute of the fourth quarter was really key. Once you break that 20 barrier, that's a big number. Once you get down below that 20 number, all of a sudden it starts feeling a lot better. And then you start moving down below 15, and it starts feeling even better. And again, you could see them tightening up, and that it just happens, man. Those are great kids, great players, and I'm sure that they're going to beat a bunch of people in the state run too, but you could see it tighten up, man. When the plays start to be made and the three-pointers start to go in, it's just natural. You start to tighten, and our kids were playing loose. We had nothing to lose, I think so. I mean, those two kids are pros probably. Number 4 is a pro. He's an NBA kid. If he develops the way that it looks like he's going to develop, and the other kid's really good too. And I mean, their guards made a ton of plays. I mean, we didn't expect them to shoot the way they shot the ball. We'd seen them on film not shoot it that well, and in this big building, you don't expect to see anybody shoot it that well. So I mean, that's a great basketball team. And they came in here to win the game. So I mean, yeah, I think that's one of the best teams we played all year.
Chandler, answer his question about when you felt the thing had swung. Their faces, they were kind of going, uh-oh. You guys were feeling it. When did that happen?
I think, going off what Coach said, he said going into the fourth quarter, we just had to cut the lead to 15, and once we did that towards the end of the fourth quarter, we kind of had a moment at half court. I think Nick was after Nick got fouled on one play, and I looked at Jordan Rohan, and I kind of smiled because momentum's going our way. We have the right mentality, and that charge that Avery Jones took at the end of the game, and we talk about that all the time. The Chargers change games, and Avery Jones' charge probably won that game for us tonight. So.
And I got one for Nate. How you were subbing in there and trying to find something that was going to work. That 5 solution out there. Do you have that move out there much together as a unit?
Yeah, all year we've played that way, kind of offense for defense at times, because we've got some kids that are really quick and great offensive players. And then we've got other kids that are really great defensive players, and they're all great players, but we got stronger offensive guys, stronger defensive guys. So we've played that way a lot, in and out, offense for defense. He's frustrated. He wants to play. He's a competitor. He's sitting there wanting to get in the game, but Avery Jones can make plays. We're just saying, wait, hey, you're going to hit a shot. You're going to hit a big shot. You're going to hit a big shot. Be patient, and all these kids. Jacob Materio, same. That's the kid we want on the floor for offense, and we got other kids for defense. When Caleb Phillips fouled out, that's a huge loss, because that's a kid that can play both ways, and it's another ball handler, and it's a guy taking the ball out of bounds. We're in some trouble depth-wise when he went out of the game, and we're with some groups that we wouldn't have had before. Usually Jacob Materio wouldn't be taking the ball out of bounds, but he's the best we had at that point. We're very fortunate. Look at the numbers. Nick almost had a quadruple double 2 games ago. Last game, he puts up huge numbers. He's got 37 points, I think, tonight or something like that. That kid's incredible, man. Somebody's going to get a great one on him. He's unsigned right now. Come on, that kid's phenomenal.
Anything else, gentlemen? All right, thank you, guys. Take all that stuff that you want.
Hey, take the thing, Nick. Take the thing, Nick.
Guys, let me get a picture of you guys on the back.
We can set the papers down and stuff. Mama might not be happy, man. Come on, bring it in.
Thank you.